You always wanted to truly understand how a processor works, all the way down to its gates. Hi everyone and welcome to the Community Challenge with HaDes-V. My name is Tobias Scheipel from Graz University of Technology, and together with RISC V International, I'd like to invite you to join a very special journey, designing your own RISC V microcontroller from scratch. Let me give you a quick overview. HaDes-V is an open educational resource, so it's fully open, free to use, and designed for the global RISC V community. During the challenge, you'll build a pipelined 32-bit RISC V microcontroller in SystemVerilog. You'll go through the classic 5 stages: fetch, decode, execute, memory, and writeback, and connect everything into a working system. The special twist is the jigsaw puzzle methodology. Instead of one huge scary project, you get a modular, step-by-step path. Each stage of the processor is implemented separately. For every stage, there are precompiled golden reference modules and test benches. You plug your implementation into that puzzle, run the tests, and immediately see if things behave as they should. That way, you don't just copy a design, you understand it. You debug it, and you see how your choices affect the overall system. And the best part, you only need a laptop for the remote challenge. No FPGA board required at home. We will provide the hardware for the in-person finale. So how does the challenge work in practice? In early March, we will have a Livestream Kickoff. We'll introduce the project structure, show how to use the templates, and answer all your questions. The session will be recorded so you can catch up later. From March to May, you'll work on the remote development phase. Implement the HaDes-V exercises, simulate your design, and iteratively improve your microcontroller. You can participate from anywhere in the world and at your own pace. Finally, in June, we'll have an in-person HaDes-V workshop. There, you'll bring your design onto real hardware. We'll provide the FPGA boards on site, so you just show up with your laptop and your code repository. Let's talk about what you need to register. The registration is actually quite simple. First, create a project repository on GitHub or GitLab for your HaDes-V challenge work, or most easily, fork the HaDes-V template on GitHub. Then, add the organizing team as collaborators with read and write access. This is important because we use an automated Git-based feedback system. It lets us run tests on your implementation and give you structured feedback during the challenge. More information is provided during the challenge. Finally, fill out the official registration form. The link will appear on the event page as soon as the registration opens. That's it. No forms with long motivational letters, no complicated application process, no personal FPGA needed. Just a repo, access for us, and the sign-up form. Now, what do you actually learn by doing this? After completing the challenge, you'll be able to design a complete modular RISC V based microcontroller unit using SystemVerilog and standard development environments. Analyze the functionality and efficiency of microcontroller designs using verification, synthesis, and debugging tools. Implement different pipeline stages of a microcontroller using processor architecture knowledge and hardware description languages. And finally, explain how software executes on a processor and evaluate its interaction with the hardware. We also want your work to be visible and recognized. That's why the challenge comes with Credly digital certificates that you can add to your CV or your LinkedIn profile. The bronze badge for completing exercises 1 to 3, the core pipeline tasks. The silver badge for finishing the simulation transfer phase, getting your design ready for hardware. And the gold badge for actively participating in the in-person HaDes-V workshop. These badges certify your hands-on experience with RISC V, SystemVerilog, and FPGA-based microcontroller design. Finally, let's talk about where to start. On the event page, you'll find the HaDes-V instruction guide, the template repository with all the scaffolding you need. If you want, you can use the provided virtual machines where all tools are pre-installed, the paper/poster if you want to dive deeper into the didactics behind the course, and a link to our Matrix chat where you can connect with other participants and ask questions. So if you're curious about RISC V, if you enjoy learning by building, and if you want to collaborate with people from all over the world, create your repo, register for the challenge, and join us for the community challenge with HaDes-V. I'm really looking forward to seeing what you build. See you at the kickoff and hopefully in person in June.